Hey there, I'm Julie Graham, co-host of This Grit and Grace Life podcast, a show for strong women and those who want to be. Do you struggle with things that happened in your past, whether they happened to you or things that you did that seem to hold you back? Maybe they defeat or define you or give you anxiety, or the pain of things that you experienced continues to haunt you and affect your relationships today? If that's you, I want to invite you to listen to episode 28 called Can You Really Leave Your Past Behind You? The purpose of this episode is for myself and Darlene to talk through some things that I experienced in my own childhood. Things like being born to drug-addicted teenage parents who were unable to raise me or my three sisters. I was raised by my great-grandmother, separate from two of my siblings, in a home where ultimately I was emotionally and physically neglected and abused. And yet I stand before you today confident that those things were all used for my good, for me to grow in both grit and grace. How can you live through difficult things and yet still have a positive and healthy outlook on your life? How can you still have healthy, positive relationships with people when you've been hurt in your past? I believe that all of these things are true. And on this episode, Darlene asks me some very personal questions about things that I experienced, asks me how I had a certain perspective of positivity instead of negativity or a victim mindset, how I chose forgiveness, and how I walk today, allowing the things of my past to affect my future, but not define me in such a way that I am paralyzed by those things. You can find all of this and more on episode 28, Can You Really Leave Your Past Behind You, of This Grit and Grace Life podcast.